Hey, it's Mr. Surface cooking in the kitchen once again. And this time, we're synchronous. That means we're all in this together. You're on a computer and I am available immediately to you. And possibly this is a full class thing we're looking at together, right? However, we might be in small groups as well. So this is my guide to synchronous annotation, and it's a lot like asynchronous annotation, but this time we are doing something called a close reading. All right, a close reading doesn't mean literally you're like, right? It means that you're choosing just a portion of the text to give especially close attention to. And usually your teacher tries to organize close reading so that you're looking at a very telling or important part of the text, or one that tells you a lot about the entire text or the entire text structure, right? So similar, very similar to the asynchronous annotation, but instead it's focused on one or two paragraphs depending. Okay, so let's take a look. Ooh, it's small. Oh my gosh. Luckily, I can zoom in here, and it says first sentence equals double picture. Oh, just like the asynchronous assignment. All right. So the thing I remember most about Grandma Sophia was how much she loved driving, especially since she came to live with us. Okay, so there's two things: Grandma loving driving and coming to live with the narrator's family. So I'm going to go down here to my images. I'm going to click on image. I'm going to go to Google search, and I'm going to put grandma. Well, it's giving me an extra step. It's giving me an extra step here. Please close this window. The internet, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to put grandma hot rod. And nothing I really like there. So I'm going to try again and put grandma car. And the internet is thinking, oof, what? Grandma car. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll scroll down a little bit. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what? There's an old hand and it looks like it's inside a car. Maybe not the driver's seat, but you know what? When it comes to the internet, sometimes we just got to take what we're given. So yeah, old hand inside of a car. I can deal with it. I can deal with it. And then we drop it right there, like it is hot, possibly. And then I'm going to shrink the picture, and I'm going to do it extremely slowly. There we are. Ooh. Oh, no, don't want to do that. Let's try that again. Grandma car. Okay. All right, and you can learn along with me right now in real time. So don't put it too close to the highlighted sentence, or it's going to be tough to grab and manipulate. There, and I'm going to put that right there. Okay. Now, coming to live with us. All right, so I'm going to put family. Let's see what we get back. Ooh, oh, I like this one of them all at the table. That's a good one. That's a good one. Nice work, internet. And I'm going to drag that away from the highlight because we all remember what happened last time. Okay. Yes. I'm going to put that right over there. And it's going to overlap the picture a little bit because you know what? That's okay. Now, second step is this. Why, how, what questions, one per paragraph? Well, let's take a look at some of the other parts of this paragraph, right? This is from the story Grounded in Unit 1. She had a 1960s red Chevy Impala convertible that was all her own, a remnant of her band days. She loved driving with the top down, the radio blasting, singing at the top of her lungs when a good song came on. Driving was her independence, her freedom. So maybe this is the scold or school marm in me, but I have a question. A why. Why did Grandma Sophia not use music as a way to express herself? Why focus on the car? And it could just be that the narrator doesn't notice it, and maybe that's where the thing comes. But if a car, if driving a car is your only way to express yourself, it seems to me to be a somewhat a pretty narrow way to find a way to express yourself, right? Um, so yeah, old age shouldn't negate your self-expression. You should be a fully well-rounded individual. And I'm not saying grandma ain't. I just think maybe perhaps it's the narrator. Maybe it's me. I don't know. But asking this question certainly got me to think a lot about the story. All right, so I've got my question. How many of those do I have to do? One per paragraph. Whew, done. Use emojis to locate and characterize conflicts, two per paragraph. Well, that's a lot. All right, but that's okay. Things I remembered most about Grandma Sophia was how much she loved driving. Well, we know that since we already did our asynchronous or watched the asynchronous video or already read the story last week or just now, right? We know that that is a source of conflict. So I got to take my text box here. I'm going to put it the thing I remember most, and I'm going to find that thinking emoji, the one where it's like the monocle. Do you know what I mean? Like where it's like, right? That one. Let's see if I can find that bad boy. Where's the thinker? Where's that thinker? Do they not include the monocle one? Oh, this is a scandal. The monocle one is great. Oh, well, I'm just going to get the thoughtful one then. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm um, I'm disappointed in Kami. And let's get one more conflict. She loved driving at the top, with the top down. Driving was her independence. Relating to my question, yeah, why would that be your independence? Your independence can be many more things besides a simply besides driving a car. So I'm going to put an eye roll down there. Ooh, they put it up there for me. Oh boy, keeping me guessing. And let me find my eye roll emoji again. Yeah, me as a reader, I'm just like, right? I kind of, oh, I got an audience here. Uh, yeah, yep. I found my two conflicts and I characterized them. Now, insert pictures next to the highlighted sentence. Radio blasting, singing at the top of her lungs when a good song came on, driving was her independence, her freedom. Okay, so there seems to be a lot to go on. I'm going to go down to images once again. I'm going to click on the Google search. Oh, I still wish it were a Giggle search. And I'm going to put radio. And I'm going to put an exclamation point. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I won't. But I did not get lucky there. All right, but I'm going to get this little boombox. It at least reminds me of when I was growing up. We had these things called boom boxes, and if you were so inclined, you could carry them around on your shoulder and listen to your music, and it would show everybody kind of the way some of us do with our USB speakers now, right? We used to do that with a giant boombox, and it would hold like a radio or a tape, and we would carry them on our shoulders sometimes, and it was really something. You should have seen me in Lancaster County carrying around that boombox. I had to walk for miles just to find other people. Driving was her independence, her freedom. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to type in freedom. I'm going to type in freedom, I said, computer. All right, so freedom, 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 freedom. All right, I'm thinking this one's pretty hilarious to me. So, I liked it. Yeah, no, I'm with you, hon. It's definitely this. The picture's got spirit. Yes, it's true. The picture does have spirit. And how about you? right? So I'm going to put that right over there, and I'm going to move my face over here next to the thoughtful one. Okay, so have I done everything? No, there's one more to go, and it's to put a triangle next to the most important sentence. Well, when you this is of course an opinion, unless of course you've read the text a few times, and then you can start to like say why your opinion is more valid than others. So I think her loving driving is important. I think the fact that she drives a cool car from the days when she was in a band, right, is cool. I think it is, important that we get this image of her driving around and singing songs. But when it asserts that driving was her independence and freedom, well, I mean, I love sauteing a steak, but it's not as important as something like independence and freedom, things that are like enshrined in the Constitution. So, in my opinion, I think independence and freedom are more important than just things that we just love doing, right? It's usually independence and freedom that allow us to do what we love. So, I'm going to say that's the most important. I'm going to put a triangle in there right now. Okay. I like my red triangle. Red triangle on the slide. I'm gonna put it next to this sentence. There we are. So we've got our red triangle right there. We've got our pictures. We've got everything we need for the close reading of this paragraph. And now, after you're done, don't skip this step. Read through the paragraph again, but this time take in the whole picture of all of your reading and your questions and everything. So, the thing I remember most about Grandma Sophia was how much she loved driving. So, the thing she remembered most, right? Her failing relationship, or not her failed, but her lack of a relationship with her grandmother is a pretty central conflict that drives the story, if not the central conflict. So the thing I remember most about Grandma Sophia was how much she loved driving, especially since she came to live with us. And I've got those two pictures over there. There they are. She's living with that family, and there she is. There's her Ellie's grandma's hand up there. She had a 1960s red Chevy Impala convertible that was all her own, a remnant of her band days. She loved driving with the top down, the radio blasting, and there's that radio blasting, right? Singing at the top of her lungs when a good song came on. Freedom. Driving was her independence and her freedom. That's the most important sentence. I had an opinion about her thinking that her car was her primary expression of independence. That seems to be a somewhat wanting idea. Can't come up with a word. Vacuous idea? No. Just not a good place to put all your identity eggs. Why did Grandma Sophia not use music as a way to express herself? Why focus on a car? Me, I break out in a song all the time as if I live in a musical, and boy, is it fulfilling, right? So I kind of roll my eyes at that notion. Now, if I had to go reread the whole story, I would come with all of this thinking done. It's in my brain, all right? And as I read, I can think about this close reading that I did and use it to support my conversations with my teacher, my conversations with my classmates, and of course, the conversation that goes on in my head. So, this is close reading. This is the annotation guide there. Good luck doing this throughout the year, and continue to go revisit this video to help you do the best job you can. All right, one love.